My name is Andrew Spearin, CEO of Sharp End Studio. I'm at the Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum in our hometown of Hamilton, Ontario to introduce Valiant Effort, an innovative project being created by our startup studio. Behind me is one of only 2 Lancaster aircraft that can take to the skies today. These aircraft serve as a living monument to the sacrifice of thousands of Canadians who gave their lives in the pursuit of liberating Europe during the Second World War. Valiant Effort will carry on the legacy of Canada's aviation history. To do that, we're creating a video game with Unreal Engine 4 and producing several virtual reality storytelling experiences.
My name is Dave Rohr. I'm President and CEO of the Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum. The Lancaster and Bomber Command, it was a large effort that many Canadians participated in. We lost 10,659 young Canadians in the service of Bomber Command during World War II. We commemorate that, we recognize that service, duty, and sacrifice, and we also want to teach new and young Canadians alike that this is part of our heritage. One of the challenges is being Canada's largest flying museum is the cost of maintaining and operating these airplanes, and also finding the parts and finding the expertise to maintain the airplanes. And each year that does get more challenging. And one of the technologies that's now available to us and we've experimented with now is virtual reality. And we found it to be a tremendous vehicle to engage both young and old alike, and to share with them what experiences were like for some of the stories that we tell.
We've had thousands of visitors in what was probably our best summer ever coming out to experience virtual reality and learn a little bit more about Canadian history in a new and novel way.
Based on that, we know now that going forward, one of our future parts of the museum will always be a virtual reality.
The design goal for Valiant Effort is to create a cooperative aircrew experience for players to discover the value of working together with unique tasks. When everyone performs their part to perfection, it leads to a successful mission.
What really caught my attention was the Lancaster. My great-uncle Harold actually flew a Lancaster in the war and sadly was shot down in January 1944. So when we looked into Harold's war records, we found out that he actually piloted the very first Canadian-built Lancaster, KB700, the Ruhr Express. These flights were actually documented by a film crew. So we tracked down the film reels from the National Film Board.
Being able to research at the Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum's archive has been an absolute privilege and invaluable resource. We feel that with this access, Valiant Effort's authenticity will be second to none.
So we have over 15,000 items in our collection, consisting of things like Air Force uniforms, helmets, goggles, artwork, films, logbooks, and most of our collection is brought in through families who have had a member in the Air Force, so they bring them here where we can preserve them and help tell the stories.
We've been experimenting with photogrammetry. This is the art of taking multiple images of an object or an artifact and combining them in software such as reality capture. This allows us to get the fine details and textures of an object to recreate them in 3D space.
Here at Sharp End, we've got about a dozen artists, designers, and developers. Many of us come from Mohawk College nearby. We've got professors, we've got alumni, we've got students, and we'd like to be able to hire some more co-op students in the next year.
Our plan is to launch a Patreon campaign to help sustain the costs of production. We also hope that the EPIC Mega Grant can fulfill many of our financial goals and maximize the potential of this project. Long term, we hope that Valiant Effort can become a staple of aviation museums across the world, continuing to tell the harrowing stories of bravery for a new generation.
We're excited about this project. It combines history, education, and technology to tell compelling stories to people who might not otherwise hear them.